Ever wondered why you want what you want? Why do some desires burn brighter than others? It's a fascinating question, isn't it? This burning curiosity brings us to the heart of human desire. It's a universal phenomenon, a common thread that ties us all together. But what exactly is desire? Well, at its core, desire is a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. And interestingly, many of our desires stem from our basic, primal needs. It's like a deep-seated instinct, a call from within that guides us. It's our body and mind working in sync, responding to our environment and experiences. Yet, despite its universal nature, desire is incredibly unique to each individual. What one person yearns for might not even register on another's radar. This diversity in desires is what makes us human, what makes us unique. So, what if there was a hidden force driving these desires? A psychological fact that could explain the intensity of our wants? Unveiling the psychological truth, it's all about survival and replication. Now, this might sound a bit stark, but let's break it down. Fundamentally, our desires, whether we realize it or not, are often rooted in these two primal needs. You might wonder, how does my desire for a juicy burger have anything to do with survival and replication? Well, think about it. The craving for food, especially high-calorie food, is a survival instinct. Our ancestors needed to consume energy-rich food to survive in harsh environments. Even though we live in a world where food is readily available, this primal drive continues to influence our dining choices. Now let's consider the desire for shelter. It's not just about having a roof over our heads, it's about safety and protection from threats, just as our ancestors sought refuge in caves to protect themselves from predators. This is another survival instinct at play. Moving on to social connection, this desire is linked to both survival and replication. As social creatures, humans have always relied on communal living for survival. A sense of belonging to a group not only provides safety and resources, but also emotional support and companionship. And what about romantic love, you ask? It's about more than just companionship and physical attraction. It's about replication, about passing on our genes to the next generation. Love is nature's way of ensuring that we find a suitable mate and procreate. So whether it's the desire for a gourmet meal, a cozy home, a circle of friends, or a loving partner, these desires serve our primal needs to survive and replicate. They may have evolved and taken on different forms in our modern society, but at their core, they are echoes of our primal drives. From the craving for a delicious meal to the yearning for companionship, these desires are deeply rooted in our primal need to survive and replicate. As we navigate through life, understanding the fundamental nature of our desires can provide valuable insights into our behaviors and motivations. But how does this primal drive fit into our modern life, you may wonder? Well, it's fascinating to see how our basic desires have morphed and adapted to the complexities of the 21st century. Today, we find ourselves yearning for things like wealth, status, and power. Let's take wealth, for instance. At first glance, it might seem like a desire born out of greed, but if we dig a little deeper, we realize that wealth can provide security, a roof over our heads, food on our tables, and ultimately, survival. Similarly, our hunger for status and power may seem superficial. Yet, these desires can make us more attractive to potential mates, helping us fulfill our primal need for replication. Our desires have indeed evolved, but at their core, they are still serving our basic needs in indirect ways. So whether you're dreaming of a luxurious vacation or striving for a promotion at work, it's all part of the human survival and replication game. Understanding this psychological fact can help you make sense of your desires. Now, let's dive into the depths of our psyches. By acknowledging that our desires are deeply rooted in our primal instincts, we can gain a clearer understanding of ourselves and what drives us. It's like learning a new language, but instead of words, we're deciphering our own emotions and motivations. Consider this: our primal desires often manifest in modern life as cravings for success, power, or recognition. But at their core, they're merely echoes of our ancestors' needs for survival and procreation. Recognizing this can help us navigate our desires more consciously, and perhaps even more compassionately. However, it's not just about understanding, it's also about balance. We must learn to manage our desires in a healthy way, ensuring they fuel us but don't consume us. Because after all, they're part of us, but they're not the entirety of us. So the next time you feel a burning desire, remember, it's just your primal instincts at play. Understand them, manage them, and use them to your advantage.